insane. Swipe that page, get in the mood. Comic-Con energy, we're bringing the food. Fan culture rise and fandoms unite. Welcome to our pod, it's gonna be tight.
You're watching Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Kickin' with Onrie live shopping show. I'm your host, Onrie Compen, and with me is Mr. Bentley, who is just hanging out here with me this afternoon. We're hanging out on the porch. We actually woke up this morning, went for a long walk, and then we went and saw Max graduate from space camp. You guys may have seen my post just now. And say hi to everybody, Bentley. Say hi to everybody. Oh. I'm miserable right now. But yeah, it's been a pretty cool morning, just kind of taking things in and going for a walk and with this guy and taking care of him and cooking and cleaning and doing all kinds of stuff around the house, and honestly realizing just how grateful I am for everything I have in this world, including you guys. I'm glad to be here with you guys, and I'm glad I get to spend another day chatting with you guys about comics and showing you off some cool stuff. Yesterday was kind of an emotional evening for me. This guy that I grew up knowing, he was an entertainer in the Russian community. I mentioned him a couple weeks ago. He had an aortic tear, and he ended up dying a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was like a week or two ago, as a result of it, because there was a whole bunch of complications that occurred afterwards. He ended up getting his leg amputated. He had a heart attack. All kinds of stuff was happening. And he was a really kind of young guy. He was in his early 50s, 52. But and I wasn't particularly close with this person, but I've known him my entire life. He was a pretty prominent figure in the Russian community, like I mentioned, and he built his a career in music within a very in a very interesting way. Where I live in Northbrook has a very large Russian population here, and they're very poshy. They most people just like to kind of show off how much money they have, and by wearing expensive clothes and jewelry and driving expensive cars. Like, to them, this is like the sign of a successful person and a well-rounded human being. And I never really fit into that, especially being a comics creator, but more so this guy. I mean, he was, a music entertainer, and, music in itself, as you guys I'm sure understand, is a very difficult industry to break into. Bentley, you should probably get out of the way. You're kind of like making me look like I'm talking behind a pine tree. But the music industry is really hard to break into or to have a career in. Yet this guy had a very entrepreneurial spirit, and he built his business within this community, servicing this community. And he was there for weddings and birthdays. He actually did my wedding too. And he wasn't my taste of entertainer. Like, he was very flamboyant, very bubbly, but just a very good soul. And he was very, very committed to his wife and 3 children. And it's just sad that he passed away at such a young age. And, a lot of it had to do with, poor lifestyle habits and things like that. So it was just kind of like an interesting event. It wasn't really a funeral, because he didn't want a funeral. He wanted it to be more of like a celebration of life. But even when you go to these things, it's like people are still there for the same reason, which is to mourn someone who's no longer here. But it was still, I felt it was important to be there. And so I've been kind of, processing that in my own way, and realizing just how grateful I am for what I have. And I consider you guys to be something that I'm very grateful for. And I'm also very grateful because today we're going to get rid of all these comics. Yes, we are. We're going to get rid of all these freaking comics. What's going on, Sergeant CJ? We got Lorena in the house. We got Chris Steischel here. Let's get going. We got an awesome show for you guys planned. Spend $25 with me. You're going to get to spin the wheel here. Spend $50, and as long as you're located within the United States, I'm going to hook you up with free shipping. Now, I know something, all right? I'm gonna fess up right now. I'm behind on invoicing. terribly behind on invoicing. But I will get caught up after today. So if you claim show stuff for me in last Friday's show, I will get caught up so that next week we'll be on a fresh, clean slate, or at least you guys will know where you're at with me. Next week I'm going to try and do 2 shows. We'll see how things work out. I only have like that in my review and a mukbang review. So I'd like to get on the air and do more stuff with you guys and showcase more comics. However, I am only going to do 1 show if I'm only going to sell a stack of comics this high. We have to sell through volume. Volume means I can go out and buy more stuff. If we're not selling volume, you guys are only getting me for a sales show once a week. You're getting more mukbang reviews, and I'll try and come up with other stuff to entertain you. But if we can't move comics, then I'm not going to have as many sales shows. That's just the laws of physics here. All right. So without further ado, let's get to it. What's up, Tom? How you doing, dude? And if I got Tom Hutchinson calling me a slacker, then that means I'm either A, not selling enough comics, or B, I'm talking about too many stuff that has nothing to do with comics, which kind of goes back to why I'm not selling comics. All right, let's get to it. So first book I have here is Spider-Man 2099, #1, signed by the late, great Peter David. Does not have a COA, but it is his signature. It is signed by him. It is a novelty item, and I'm going to give you a good price on it. We'll do this today we'll do it for $25 for Spider-Man 2099 #1, signed by Peter David. No COA, no verification, but if you want to have this book signed by the dude, you got it. This is something for your personal collection. Something you can still show off. You don't need the COA. It's just another verification, a pompous verification. I have ROM Annual #2. This is going to go for just $3. $3 on the newsprint. Newsstand copy of ROM Annual #2 going for $3. We got Fantastic Four #223 going for $3. I'm coming really close to finishing up John Byrne's run on Fantastic Four. I have like 5 or 6 issues left in the entire run. It's been quite a journey reading through it, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. But this is actually, I think, who worked on this? I think this may have been on Roy Thomas's stint. What's a great name for a company? Doug Mensch and Bill Sienkiewicz. Wow, Bill Sienkiewicz did this? Wow. So this is some early Sienkiewicz work here on Fantastic Four. I know Sienkiewicz worked on later issues. I didn't know he worked, on these books before. It's interesting. So I was wrong about who the writer is. It's Doug Mensch and Bill Sienkiewicz. Newsstand copy, Fantastic Four 223. Pompous verification, yes. I actually think that should be it. And actually it should be CPV would be the name of the company. Certified, because you got to have the word certified, pompous verification, CPV. That is a great, company name. Batman Detective Comics #625, first abattoir. I had this priced originally at $5. It's got to move. We'll do it at $3 right now. So $3 on Detective Comics, $6.25. Great prices on all these books so far. We got one book that's signed, first issue of a character series. That's going to go for $25. That's the Spider-Man 2099 #1. And then the other 3 books are just $3. And a lot of these books are going to be super cheap right now. So hop on it. Next book we have here is Superman 422. We got a Brian Bolland cover here. Superman is a vampire. This is going to go for $3. I got Defenders slipped right out from the bag underneath. That's pretty crazy. That hasn't happened to me. I have Defenders #21. Who worked on this one? We got Steve Gerber and Sal Buscema on this one. How did that happen? Well, what matters is it happened. So we got Defenders #21 here. That's going to go for $3. $3 on Defenders #21. Not sure if it's a newsstand or a direct copy. I don't see a barcode on it, so I'm going to have to assume it's a direct copy. And then next up, we got Daredevil number 182. Really awesome Frank Miller cover. And this is him mourning. Matt Murdock is obviously mourning the death of Elektra after she dies in issue 181. This is going to go for $10 on Daredevil 182. $10 on Daredevil 182. What's up, Eddie? How you doing, dude? And then I got Blazing Battle Action with Sergeant Fury, number 137. We got a newsstand here. This is going to go for $3. And then I got Classic X-Men number 1. Another direct copy here. Arthur Adams cover. This is going to go for $3. Most of these books are fine / very fine. If you're interested in the condition of any of these books, just ask. Moon Knight number 35. This is a double-sized issue. We have Carl Potts doing this one. This is going to go for $3. This is the last issue of the first ongoing Moon Knight series. Okay, Sergeant Fury is off to Lorena. And don't be shy, guys. You can build your boxes with me. I'm a little behind on invoicing right now, but I will catch up. And you guys can take your time to build up boxes with me. It's all good. Obviously, the more books I sell, the more stuff I'll buy and showcase to you guys. So you guys kind of lead the charge here, not me. I'm taking a step back. First day of a 5-day weekend, so I'm chilling like a villain. Might even visit Uncle Jack. I already had a couple visits with Uncle Jack today. Uncle Jack, we hung out for a little bit this morning, a couple times last night. It was awesome. Good times. All right. I got Superman, The Death of Clark Kent. I guess this is Superman 18. It's got this interesting foily effect on the cover. And this is going to go for $3. Then I got Saga of Swamp Thing, number 15. This is a pretty cool cover here. Newsstand copy going for $3. Some Swamp Thing. Captain America 190 is going to go for $3. Captain America and Falcon, $3 on that. And then I got Bruce Lee. We have Bruce Lee number 1 here. That's going to go for $3. By the way, one of the highlights of my week has been seeing this movie called The Furious, which is a martial arts movie. Out of everything I've seen over the last couple weeks, Backrooms, Masters of the Baiters, and The Furious. The Furious was by far the best movie. It's so good, such great action. Go see it at the theater. It's awesome, The Furious. But if you want Bruce Lee, you can grab Bruce Lee here for only $3. So bad. All right, Captain America's off to Lorena. Thank you, Lorena. I especially want to get rid of a lot of these lower rack books, guys. That's why I'm pricing them at $3 and not $5. These were all $5 books at some point. I'm bringing them down to $3 because they need to move. I have too many of them, and I'd like to get more books like these because these are kind of like recycled FOMO books, which means that my correlation of what distinguishes as FOMOs probably hasn't been very good lately. So help me improve that. Let's move these books at a killer price. And today's FOMO books are all $3 books too. So we're doing $3 FOMO books. Don't be shy. Let's move this stuff. Let's get it out of here. Bruce Lee, don't you like a Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee is so good. Everybody like a Bruce Lee. I know you like a Bruce Lee. Hang on. Just a freaking second here. Someone wants a Bruce Reed. I know someone wants a Bruce Reed. There's someone out there who's like, I want a Bruce. They're purposely watching my show because they're hoping to find a Bruce Reed.
Nice. Well, Lorena, we're going to be praying for your father. Please keep us posted. I hope he pulls through. I believe he had it's thyroid, right? Because I know that, or was it prostate or thyroid? My dad had, I think it was his thyroid. And, you know, he has been cancer free for 20 plus years now. So, you know, hopefully this goes over well for your father, and he has a similar recovery to my dad as well. So keep us posted for sure. I have the X-Men King Size Annual number 6. This is going to go for a $3. And then I have Berserker number 1. We got the Mark Brooks foil variant going for $3. And, you know, Keanu Reeves is making a TV show based on Berserker. So this could be a pretty hot book at some point. And you could say you got it for me at $3 once it's selling for like several hundred more cents than it is right now. You know, you'll be like, you got in on it before I did, or, you know, before everybody else did. And I'll be like sitting there and I'll be like, why did I sell it so cheap? Ah, you know, that could be me. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I know some people who've had prostate cancer, and they got it removed in time, and they had a full recovery. So, you know, this is to hopefully a good prognosis. I hope everything works out okay. You know, our thoughts are with you guys. All right, I have Robin 3000 by Byron Prius and Craig Russell. It's a 2-part series, and I'm going to do both of them right now for just $5. So it's a 2-part series. You get both parts at $5. And then I got Venom the Madness number 1 through 3. I had this priced at $30, and it hasn't moved. It's been with me for years, and now I just need to sell it. So I'm doing 50% off. It's $15, which is pretty much what I bought it for a number of years ago. Please take this off my hands. It's the entire series, Venom the Madness 1 through 3, where Venom is fighting Juggernaut. Let's see who worked on this. Like, let's actually look into this a little bit deeper and see what the deal is with it. So Ann Nesenti is the writer on this. Kelly Jones is the penciler, and Kelly Jones, you know, he did a lot of different Batman books. He's a pretty prominent Batman creator, and him coming on to do Venom makes a whole lot of sense. The cover for the first issue is embossed, which is kind of cool. If you run your fingers against Venom's teeth, it's bumpy and across the title at the top. That's pretty cool. And, you know, Venom fighting Juggernaut, that seems like a pretty interesting matchup right here. The 3 of them going after each other. You got Ann Nesenti and Kelly Jones, 2 prominent creators, a good writer artist team telling a story with Venom. I think you can't go wrong with this. At $15, you're basically robbing me at gunpoint. You'll be like, no, I'll take that deal, Onrie. Go kiss my ass. Onrie, have you ever had a magic moment where you find a gem book at a yard sale or a used bookstore that was actually valuable? Yeah, oh yeah, it happens all the time. It hasn't happened as much recently. Lately, I've been getting like, I always try and find a decent bargain. So like, as you guys know, I recently built out I spent a lot of time building out my personal collection. So recently I built out my entire run of Frank Miller's Daredevil. And, you know, a large chunk of those books are pretty cheap books, but then the ones that are pricey are actually really pricey. So like you got the first appearance of Elektra. And I remember when I was hunting for that book at a con, you know, it was like somewhere between $250 and $300. But, you know, the one I got online was like $180. So, that was nice, and that was cheap, and that was awesome. But I remember one time I got the first appearance of Silk, the actual first appearance of Silk, and I bought it for $1 and sold it for $200, and I just found it in the dollar bin at a comic shop. Whoever sold it to me didn't know what they had, and I found a bunch of other books in there too that were just like really pricey and awesome. So, it happens all the time where I'll come across something, but usually when I'm shopping, I'm always thinking about, am I getting the best value for what I'm buying? And sometimes I just want to own something. So sometimes I look at something and I'm like, all right, I can either buy this now, or I could buy it on eBay and not be sure what I get until it arrives. So sometimes I weigh it out that way. But, it has been a while since I've really found like real serious bargain deals and things like that. I typically don't go to yard sales. I'll usually shop at cons or like, with other comic shops and stuff like that. But, obviously when you buy a big bulk collection, you can get a lot of stuff from that too. That's how a lot of comic shops build up their inventory. For me, I typically just focus on, cheaper items. It's just easier for me, and it helps support my comic book habit. So, there we go. I have this Legends of the Dark Knight run here. It's called Engines by Ted McKeever. It's a 2-part series, and I got both parts here, part 1 and 2. This is issues 74 and 75, and it's going to go for $5. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's tough to quit, especially at first. When you quit, especially for me when I stopped using marijuana initially, marijuana is not as addictive as other drugs are, but when you're using it as often as I was using it, which was pretty much every single day, I'd wake up. I'm so sorry, I'm yawning. I would wake up and I would pop an edible, and if I didn't pop an edible, I'd be very irritable. And I typically wake up feeling pretty irritable in the morning. It's one of those things that I'm like constantly trying to figure out right now. When I was doing meditation, one of the things I learned was that we have like well over 80,000 thoughts going through our head per day, just random thoughts. The majority of those thoughts are negative thoughts. So it kind of made sense to me why I would wake up feeling irritable. So I've been kind of trying to reset my brain and changing up morning routines and things like that so that I can get in the habit of yawning less when I do shows, which is a whole other issue, and waking up with a more positive outlook on things, or at least setting my mind up to have a good day. And so like every morning now, I kind of wake up and I start journaling, and I kind of think about the things that happened the night before, and I process them. And today it's really nice out. Obviously it's summer, so I took Bentley for a nice long walk, and then came home and had a nice breakfast, and spoke with some friends. Usually I like to do reading in the morning too, but it didn't work out today. I'll do some reading later. But I try and set myself up for a better habit. But especially when I first quit, you get the withdrawal, and the withdrawal is the hardest thing to get through. It is so hard. So if you need someone to talk to when you're going through the withdrawal period, and that's for all of you guys out there, please reach out to me. I know your pain. I went through it. When I first quit marijuana, I remember I was in ALA in San Diego, and I was staying in this Airbnb, and I was so freaking depressed. It was ridiculous because I had never done ALA before. ALA is the annual Library Association meeting, and I had never done this before. I shipped a bunch of books out there, which I kind of had a conservative price point in mind for what I wanted to earn at this show. And I ended up losing money at this thing. I don't even think I broke even. And this was out of all the years that I had been going to cons, that was the first time that had happened to me. And, while I was going through that process, which was weighing really heavily on me, especially at the time, because my ex and I were going through some legal issues, and, that was costing me money. And now this was costing me money. And I had home issues happening. I had to replace my water heater. And on top of that, I decided to just go cold turkey and stop using marijuana. And marijuana was always the thing that, took the edge off. And so I finally stopped using it. That was really hard. And especially like being in this, different location in a situation where I'm going into battle and I know I'm losing the battle, and dealing with that withdrawal was really hard. I was just laying in bed those nights, like really craving, marijuana, like really just wanting to, smoke or, pop an edible, do something. And it took everything within me to just not do it. And honestly, what really helped, and I'm not kidding you guys, what really helped was just having a big stack of comics that I read through, and just not thinking about it. It took my mind completely off of my urges for that, and, I did some yoga in the morning and did some meditation. Meditation was really the thing that helped me get over the withdrawal. That's like, honestly, the best thing, because it takes your body time to catch up with your mind. And when you're used to doing something that, pacifies your feelings or your emotions or whatever, your physical and everything, it takes time to wean off of that and get back onto just a state of being. And again, if you use marijuana for whatever reason, I am not judging you for it. Like, fucking use it. It's great. I wish I could be high with you. I can't. I made a decision, and I primarily did it for my kids, but, I also did it for myself. I realized how much I was using it and how much of an effect it was having on me. And I realized I was numbing myself. I wasn't really dealing with what was going on in my life. So it was a hard decision for me, but I did it for me. I didn't do it to make a statement about, not being anti-marijuana. If it helps you, fucking use it, man. Do whatever you got to do. But, being sober from it took a long time to be okay with it. After a couple months, you start to kind of miss it a little bit, but then you kind of realize you're functioning without it. And then more time passes and you're like, okay. Now, like, whenever I even smell marijuana, I'm just like, cool, someone's smoking. And maybe one day I will have a chance to, use marijuana again, but as of right now, I think I'm done. It just controlled too much of my life. I had a really bad relationship with it. Hold on. I'm now catching up with comments because you guys are having your own conversation while I'm having a conversation. Yeah, you need a good bootin'. No, I would not give you a bootin'. I'd give you a good hugging. I know how hard that is. You would not get a bootin' from me. Not if you're trying to improve yourself and go through something that's tough like that. I'll tell you, Eddie, another thing that helped was visiting Uncle Jack. I had a lot of visits with Uncle Jack. That's cool. You're telling me how you bought comics. All right, cool. That's awesome. These are the books you're looking for. Yeah, but visiting Uncle Jack, it definitely helped me with curbing my marijuana habit. I was like, just hanging out there, and I'm like, man, I really would like marijuana, but then I was like, but I could go. I was like, I feel pretty good now. I'm gonna take a nap. All right, I got new comics for you guys. When I went out shopping for all the new releases that came out this week, I also picked up a bunch of fun books. We're going to do $2 books on the rack today. At the top of the hour, which is in about 25 minutes, we'll be showcasing our FOMO books, which are all $3 books. All the books on the bottom rack are super cheap. Most of them are $3 a pop. So if you see something you like on the lower rack, please let me know. I want to clear out as much of this stuff as I possibly can, so that I can go spend more money with Uncle Jack. Good old Uncle Jack. Jackie boy. Jackie boy. I'm drinking every day anytime I ever quit. That's funny. No, you shouldn't feel attacked, man. You should not. Please don't feel attacked. If you use Mary Jane, I wish I could be there doing it with you. In all honesty, my reasons for stopping have nothing to do with, me not being an advocate for the benefits of it. And if it helps you relax, God damn it, use it. I've just, it was just a personal decision I made. And I'll tell you, I just got to a state where I didn't need it to get the results of what I felt when I was using it. And that's just me. That's my journey. That's not yours. So, don't feel like I'm trying to shoehorn you or trying to tell you shouldn't do something. But if you are trying to quit for personal reasons or whatever, you're not alone. Please reach out to me. I'm happy to be a supportive friend to you. So yeah, it'll cost you dearly, but I'll be there for you. All right, shut the fuck up. Let's sell some comics. I have Amazing Spider-Man 280. You're not being fucking attacked. All right, shut the fuck up. All right, here we go. Zach, what's up, brother? I love you, man. All right, I have Amazing Spider-Man number 282, a newsstand copy. Someone went and did this to it a couple times, and then they went and turned it around, and then they went and did this to it, and then they went up and went, they did all kinds of fucked up shit to this book, but it's still in pretty good shape. I mean, it's together, and that's why I'm doing it for only $2. $2 for Amazing Spider-Man 282. You want it. Here you go. All right. Got a little tapioca on that Amazing Spider-Man book there. I got Batman and Robin number 23. This is going to go for $2. I handled that with care, okay? Ladies, this is how I handle everything, okay? With care. All right? I didn't do any, you didn't see me roll up the book. You didn't see me abuse it in any way. Spider-Man's wearing a black suit, but he doesn't have black eyes, does he? I took very good care of that fucking book. Fucking claim it. It's only $2. Or I'll give you a fucking black eye. Just kidding. I won't do it. Make me a sandwich, ladies. You can clone your own Onrie. All right. Scarecrow. Did you like that, Eddie? Scarecrow number 1 is going to go for $2. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm telling you, reading comics is a great way to get over the quitting. It's quitting time. I have Nemvor. It's a Vertigo book, number 4. Figure you guys all like Vertigo books, you trendy motherfuckers. That's going to go for $2. Comics the Magazine. I can't believe I found this for only $2. This is issue 3, the latest issue of Comics the Magazine, going for only $2. And then I have a stack of Animal Man books here. Animal Man number 74, 75, and 76. That's going to go for $6. $6. What, you don't want Amazing Spider-Man 282, guys? It's a newsstand copy. Is that a little too rough with that? Hold the tapioca. Oh, Loretta, I love you. That was funny. Hold the tapioca. Oh, man. Yeah, I held it. That's the DNA. Got my DNA all over that shit. All up in its face. I gave it a facial DNA. Okay. Green Lantern number 17 is $2. Aquaman number 7. This is part of Jeremy Adams' run, which has been fantastic. It's going to go for $2. This is the best Aquaman book I have read in a really long time. I have every issue of it so far, and it's awesome. The artwork is really good. DC is crushing it with this series. What's going on here is Spider Bukkake. That's right. What's going on here is Aquaman realizes that finds out that Atlantis has just disappeared, and with it, his entire family is gone. And so now he's on a journey to get him back, and he gets a new weapon, which is basically a trident that turns into a sword. It's pretty fucking badass. And Jeremy Adams is writing this, and I got to meet Jeremy at MegaCon, and he's just such a passionate guy. He wrote The Flash for a while, and so I've been putting together a run of his Flash books. He's also currently writing Green Lantern, so I've been putting a run of that together. But his work is really great, and the artists he works with are also really talented. So $2 on both of these books. If you go to any comic shop, you're going to pay full cover price for these. Actually, that's how much I paid for both of these. So the fact that I found them in a dollar bin, that's pretty awesome find. So Aquaman and Green Lantern, $2. Pick them up right now. DC is crushing it right now. And Lorena confirms Aquaman has been a good read. Yeah, no, I totally understand. It's been a very different path for me since I left the experience. And again, nothing against them at all. And I don't think they would have been against me saying any of the things that I say on my show. You know, like I'm obviously dropping a lot more F-bombs than I normally do, but they didn't really censor me that much because my shows were on late at night. So I got away with a lot more than some of the other people do. But again, I just kind of realized with you guys, you know, you kind of have to adapt to what's happening in the market. And the way I kind of see it is that seem to be having more success providing content and actually engaging with you guys. It's a lot more of an inviting process that, like, if I meet you at a con and you buy my books, it's much easier for us to begin our conversation or to continue our relationship through conversation. So me doing the mukbang reviews, that's definitely something that kind of spawned from me leaving the experience, because it got me to start thinking of, like, how do I want to continue going? And, you know, obviously we did the featured guests, so I'm going to be having another episode of that sometime in July. You know, and just, I mean, I'm still doing what I'm doing, just at a different capacity and a different way of doing it. So, but I'm enjoying it. It's all a lot of fun, and it's exploration, and it's finding out different things. And, you know, I like broadcasting a lot. But, you know, for me, I also like I like to go to conventions too. That's a really important part of what I do. So, you know, I can't always take my sales shows on the road with me. So that shouldn't be a reason why I can't engage with you guys. So one of the things that that's why, one of the reasons why I did the mukbang reviews is because no matter where I go, I always bring comics with me. So if I'm on the road, I can still review comics, and we've done a couple mukbangs on the road, and we'll do more, you know. And who knows, we might do interviews on the road. You know, anything's possible. So yes. All right, I have Green Lantern, Green Arrow number 90, 91, and 92. And this set here is going to go for $6. And let's see who worked on this. It says your mom worked on this. No, it says story by Denny O'Neil and art by Mike Grell. Your mom didn't work on this. Your mom was working on creating you with your dad, who was doing this to her. Okay, that's what was going on when this book was being made. At the exact moment it went to press. $6. God. Actually, when was it published? 1976. Yeah, I wasn't even born yet. I wasn't even born yet. My parents were still trying. It's pretty gross. I don't want to think about that. Hey, by the way, does anybody want a copy of me, Spider-Man number 282? There are no innuendos in that book, I swear to God. All right. We have a Spider-Man number 41, Cult of Love. This can go for $2. Conan the Barbarian, number 72, number 128, and number 171. Those are going to go for $6 for the Conans and the Webs and the Green Lanterns and Green Arrows. And then I have the Other History of the DC Universe, Book 1. This is one of those big black label books. You can grab it right now for only $2. $2. That's right. $2 yours. For only $2. $2. Danger Street, number 4, another black label book. We got a variant cover by Joel Jones. This is going to go for $2. Quasar, number 21, The Enemy Revealed, $2. Justice League The Nail by Alan Davis and Mark Farmer. This is number 2 of 3. That's going to go for $2. Trinity by Matt Wagner and Dave Stewart. This is number 1 of 3. You can get it for $2. This is a $5 book all day, guys, just so you know. Amadeus Cho, number 1, is going to go for $2. Fantastic Four $2.95 is $2. I'm coming close to finishing up John Byrne's run on this. I wonder who picked up after him. Roger Stern was the writer, and Jerry Ordway was the penciler. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, the quality of the book didn't drop at all after Byrne left, in all honesty. It still holds up pretty well. And the covers are pretty damn good, too. Especially as you get to issue 300. So Fantastic Four, number 295, is going to go for only $2 right now. I've collected a lot of Fantastic Four in my personal collection. Like I told you guys, I have the entire John Byrne run, which I'm almost done reading. I'm reading the current series, which has been fantastic. Ryan North and Humberto Ramos have been crushing it on Fantastic Four. But on top of that, I've also been I have Mark Waid's entire run, Mark Miller's entire run, and Jonathan Hickman's entire run. So those are the next 3 runs I'm gonna be reading. That's gonna take me a very long time to get through. But the comics start to you can read through them a lot quicker after a certain point. And I think what's it called? Mark Waid's run is a lot easier to kind of digest. What's up, Tony? How you doing, dude? Good to see you, my man. I have Batman and Robin, Year 1, number 12, by Mark Waid and Chris Samnee. This was a great series. This is the last issue in it. We got a variant cover here by Jamal Campbell. This is the last issue of the 12-issue series. Batman and Robin, Year 1, really kind of explores the relationship between Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, as Dick is getting more comfortable into the role of being Robin, and Batman is really focusing on building the dynamic between him and his sidekick. It's a really, really great series. Mark Waid is just a master storyteller, and Chris Samnee's artwork just blends so well with Mark's unique style of storytelling. This is very good stuff. This is a really great body of work. I have the entire 12-issue series, and I can't recommend it enough. And it's a cool variant cover. I will not be at Dallas Fan Expo this year because there is another show happening that weekend in in Iowa. So I'll be in Iowa that weekend. It is really weird because I've been finding that I have a lot of success in these kind of like podunk towns like Oklahoma City and Iowa and Columbus, Ohio, all these like other places. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's not a lot of events happening there, so that when there is a Comic-Con, a lot of people like come in, they have disposable income because it's not like it's not as expensive to live out there as it is in like bigger cities. And you're not dealing with huge crowds of people. You're dealing with, lots of fans, but they're spread out over throughout the convention floor. And it's a really great experience. I actually really enjoyed Oklahoma City. I'll be back there next year for sure. And I also enjoyed, coming out to, to Iowa too. Hopefully once because they moved Dallas to a different time this year. So I think they were like rebuilding the convention center or something like that. So they're going to, skip a year and then go back to a bigger size floor. So hopefully after that, I'll get back over there. I do, I think it's Des Moines. Yeah, it's Des Moines. Yeah, the show's in Des Moines. So if you get out there, man, let me know. I'll get you a badge. I get a whole bunch of freaking badges with my booth. And the thing that's nice over there is I can really kind of like spread out at those shows. I can like get like my full spread out there. Mortal Thor #3 is going to go for $2. And then I got this awesome stack of Simpsons comics. I have Simpsons Spectacularly Super Summer Shindig #9, Simpsons Illustrated #20, #15, #6, #10. So we got Simpsons Illustrated. I have Bart Simpson 84, 89, and Simpsons #194. Yeah, it's in September. I think it's like the 9th to the 11th or something. So we got all these Simpsons books here. Lots of Simpsons comics. Hooray. So if you got Bart Simpson 84, 89, and 84 and 89, that would be 4. If you got the Simpsons Illustrated bundle, it'd be $1, $2, $3, $4, $8. The Spectacularly Super Summer Shindig #9 is 2, and then Simpsons Comics 194 is 2. Get your Simpsons comics. I have Adventures of Superman 462, Superman 24, Superman 31, and Superman 36. These are going to go for $6. And this is going to go for $2. Have you guys been watching My Adventures of Superman? They just started the 3rd season of it. The 2nd season was really good. It was when they brought in Supergirl. And Supergirl's coming out soon, right? Who's excited for Supergirl? You guys excited for Supergirl? Who's excited? Yeah, I do Indiana shows. Actually, I love doing Indiana shows. I just couldn't this year because Phoenix was going on that same weekend. But yeah, I was actually in Indiana for PopCon, which was an awful fucking show. It was fucking terrible. But I did okay over there. I mean, it was fine. It was a cheap show to do, and Katrina was there, and so was Barb. So it kind of like offset my costs a bit. And I went over there, sold some books, made some money, and came home. I would never do PopCon again. I would never do a con like that again. Next time I do Indiana, it's going to be done the right way. I want to sleep in a normal fucking bed. That was just an awful experience. I stayed in a terrible hotel It was an awful hotel, and that's kind of the thing that sucks about some of these shows is the hotel situations can kind of suck. So trying to work on having better hotel experiences because it really does affect things. Honestly, it has a really bad effect on me mentally. But I've been pretty lucky with the last string of shows because I kind of like planned things out accordingly. Like the hardest show for me was Phoenix, but that was because it was just such a tight fit with everything. It was a really, really hard show to do this year, but it's not like that every year. So next year it'll be better. Yeah, I'm more excited. I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, I want so you don't think you'll see Supergirl in theaters, Lorena and Eddie? I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of with Eddie on it. Yeah, charged by the hour, man. Yeah, I mean, the hardest thing for me, honestly, is sometimes the pillows at some of these hotels are just awful. But I had other sleeping arrangements before that just were not good. Like, I won't get into it, but it's important to be well rested, especially when you're doing these cons. And it really is like being on the front lines of a war because it's like when you're out in like a jungle or something like that, you're sleeping up against another dude and the swamps and shit like that, and it's all fucking hot and all that. So it's like obviously not ideal, but kind of here. It's not the same thing, but it's kind of the same thing, but not really the same thing. I don't know why I was talking about dudes. I don't sleep with dudes. Just dug myself a hole right fucking there. Fuck. Shit. All right, Action Comics number 588. This is gonna go for $2. $2. Yeah. What is Citizen Vigilante? So Action Comics 588 is $2. We got Superman and Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Superman 23, this is from the current Superman series. This has been a great series. Right now they're doing stuff with Superboy Prime. He's kind of like leading the book, but I'm really looking forward to them bringing back Clark at some point, which I'm sure they'll do eventually. But this is all stuff leading up to the DCKO. And honestly, Superman, Batman, Justice League, like all these books have been better now than they ever have been before in like a really, really long time. Like if you're not reading the current Superman by Josh Williamson, you're really missing out. This is such a good series. This is probably like one of my top 10 books that are coming out right now. I would even say my top 5. Probably my top 5 is Absolute Batman, regular Batman. I would say Superman is definitely up there. So it's top 3. Oh, actually top 4. I'm going to knock it down because I really like Absolute Green Arrow right now. That's kind of like the top 3 spot. But Superman and Iron Man. Iron Man's going to take the fifth place for me. Those are the best books right now. Oh, that's awesome. Humping 282. Oh, yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man 282. I humped it into submission. Eddie. We're gonna have to take I'm gonna have to freeze myself. And I didn't hump it. I was emulating someone else humping the book, which honestly they didn't hump the book. They just they didn't do anything that bad to it. They just fondled it a little bit, okay? There was some light touchy-feely stuff going on. But look, the book is held together. It's not, if I open it up, it's not falling out. The pages aren't falling out, and it is a milestone issue, and it's only $2 right now. Honestly, you can't go wrong with this. It's not like I'm charging you what this book would actually be if it was in great shape, which would be probably closer to like $10 or $15. But if you wanted to own a copy, here's your chance. You can get it for $2 right now. Yeah, I'll check it out, Tony. The Citizen V. Hercules Unbound number 5 is going to go for $2. Secrets of the Legion of Superheroes number 3 is $2. What if Professor X of the X-Men had become the Juggernaut? That's $2. I have Spectacular Spider-Man 177 going for $2. Men of Wrath number 1 is $2. Pork Knight, This Little Piggy number 1 is $2. Wolverine number 55 and 57 and 73 are going to go for $6. We're going to do FOMO books in just a minute here, guys. And in case you're wondering, the Pork Knight is actually an homage to the Dark Knight Returns number 2 cover, where you see the beaten up, scrapped up Batman. Iron Man 227. This is part of the Armor Wars. It's a direct copy, the original Armor Wars, and it's in really good shape. Huh. He was like, damn. Astronaut Down number 1. This is a really cool series from Aftershock. This is going to go for $2. Giant Size Annual X-Men number 9. We got Storm, the Goddess of Thunder. $2 on this. Daredevil Father number 3. This is going to go for $2. Batman Off-World number 5. This is by Jason Aaron. That's going to go for $2. And then I got some pretty cool modern stuff coming up here. Just a minute. I have Red Coat number 2, number 3, number 4, number 6, number 7. That's pretty cool. Got all these issues of Red Coat, and these are going to go for $10 for all these issues of Red Coat. I have Geiger number 4, number 9, number 10. That's going to go for $6. These are really good deals on these Ghost Machine comics. I have Batman Catwoman issue 6 and issue 7. These are Jim Lee variants. This is going to go for $4. Some annuals off to Lorena. That's a good pickup. There's some Green Arrow books here. Green Arrow number 40 and 41. This is going to go for $2. $2 on these. All right. It is now time for FOMO books. I do need a new FOMO video. I haven't worked on it yet because I've been really fucking lazy. But here is the standard FOMO video that I always show, which will explain what FOMO is.
It's FOMO time!
Is that an acronym for me getting a chance to play the Flash again? Oh, that's what it means. It was a good Flash! No one wants to play Flash comics on Onrie show because of me! And I can't buy comics either because I'm a big weenie!
Oh my god, like, shut up already.
All right, today we're doing $3 FOMO books. We're going to start off with Uncanny X-Men Annual number 7, going for $3. Superman Forever number 1. We got an Alex Ross lenticular cover here going for $3. I have Marvel Classic Comics Tom Sawyer going for $3. I mean Tom Sawyer, I mean right. You guys know what song I'm singing? Batman 500. I have another copy of this. It's going to go for $3. Dazzler number 20 is $3. I can't believe I'm doing it, but yes, I'm doing it. Daredevil 165. This is such a fucking good issue where Daredevil fights Dr. Octopus, and he is completely outclassed here, but he is not outmatched. He finds his way here to take on Dr. Octopus. It's a really good issue. This is going to go for $3. A really early Frank Miller issue of Daredevil showcasing some of the best work he did on the series. Incredible Hulk 307 is going to go for $3. This is a newsstand copy, and we got X-Force #2, which is a very early Deadpool appearance. That's going to go for $3. That's his second appearance, I believe. Hulk FOMO. Off to Lorena. And another thing too, I want to point out about the Daredevil stuff. I am planning to do like a very in-depth, review of all of Frank Miller's Daredevil at some point. So if you want to kind of like be on top of that conversation when we have it, I highly recommend picking up these Daredevil books that Frank Miller did. I just read this one last week. I'm now on issue 166, and eventually I will get to this issue too. I have his entire run on it, and I'm reading it now, and eventually I plan to review every single book. That's a really cool cover you got there with that Hulk, Lorena. That's a Mike Mignola cover. I got the Infinity Entity #3 going for $2. It's by Jim Starlin and Alan Davis. Got that up there. So you guys got any big weekend plans? What's going on this weekend? Trying to figure out what I'm going to do this weekend. I'm probably going to buy a new grill this weekend. Oh, really? I have some more Hulk stuff here, Lorena. I'm trying to exit from the collection that I'm doing for, same price. Pretty cheap price on these. If you'd be interested in taking these off my hands. I have Hulk 221, 267, and 297 that I'm doing for $3 a pop, so it'd be $9 for all three if you wanted them. Just let me know, since you're on a Hulk kick. You're double fisting YouTube and World Cup. That's awesome. Which team are you hoping takes it all, Marina? Germany? The Germans are going there. Didn't they win? They won one year, didn't they? In 2010, I believe. Didn't they win? Or did they lose in 2010 in the end? It's the Germans. Okay, those Hulk books are gone. That's awesome. Yes. It's the Germans. All right, guys, I got to say right now, I'm really disappointed because Lorena's carrying this show for all you assholes. She's the only one buying books right now. You guys just clearly just want to see me on here talking to you. Maybe you don't like when I'm fondling issues of Amazing Spider-Man, like manhandling them, mansplaining why you should buy Amazing Spider-Man 282 for me. What the fuck, guys? That's cool. Oh, that's right. That's right. She has that whole like German of course, that's right. Makes total sense, Eddie. You're 100% right. What happened to the fucking camera? There we go. Yeah, he's right. And that's why she's quitting smoking too, because like Germans are very disciplined. You know, just like when you need to like quit something, Florina, just remember like that German song that you know, where like the Hitler marching music. You guys saw my Uber commercial, right? You guys see my Uber commercial? That song is in the Uber commercial. I forgot where it was. I think it was in the second commercials I did. All right, you guys want to see some commercials? Oh no, that's not it. I think. Yeah, it was this one. All right, I'm gonna air some commercials real quick.
Hey, Bill. How's your back doing? Oh, it's just as terrible as ever. You don't say. Yeah, and I have my insurance to thank for it. I recently got on a plan with Red and Swollen Anus Ring Insurance, and they were super quick to make sure that I was paid up for the month. When I asked to see if they would cover my latest visit, they kept me on the phone for about 15 minutes before putting me in touch with one of their operators from Bangladesh. Fuck you, Buggy! You are eating shit out of my ass with a spoon! I couldn't understand a single word that came out of that young man's mouth, so I just decided not to pursue coverage and learn to love my pain. Well, Bill, it sounds like you're taking it up the ass. I sure am, Tom. I sure am. Red and Swollen Anus Ring. We'll stick that blue cross and blue shield where the sun don't shine. Red and Swollen Anus Ring Insurance. Hey, Casanova. Are you having a hard time finding a date? Well, I haven't really thought about it lately. I've been focusing a lot more on my career and... Wow, that's fascinating. We actually think you would be a great candidate for our new dating app. Really? Scram is the latest dating app that doesn't bother screening profiles, so you have to just guess whether the person you're talking to is real or is working in a prison camp in a third world country. We also primed our software to attract bored singles who either use the app to get a quick lay, get back at their exes, or live in a foreign country. That sounds like every other dating app out there, if I'm being honest. You're not wrong about that at all, Kimosabi. But at least we're being honest and upfront, which is why we're offering you a chance to try our service for just one day for only $19.99. And if we don't get you a date in 24 hours, we'll get you the second day free. Nah, no thanks, it's not for me. Coming this summer, they stole his drugs. They ate all his food. That was their biggest mistake. Introducing world-class, triple consarnate black belt David Moore in an all-new action movie directed by world-class film director Ron Jeremy. When you mess with him, you mess with death, and death is not something you want to mess with. Get ready for explosive action. David Moore in Say My Name or Die. Hey kids, what are you doing today?
We're playing video games.
Yeah, that sounds really lame. But you know what isn't lame, you little scamps? Buying comics from Onrie.
Really?
And how? If you ditch the video games and refer your pals to Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show, you could be indoctrinated into the Kickin Kids Club. As a way of saying thanks for joining, we'll send you your own mask that you can wear to conceal your secret identity. How does that sound?
That sounds racist.
Yeah, super duper racist.
That's the spirit. The Kickin Kids Club. The other KKK.
Damn it, the German one wasn't in there. The Uber one. But yeah, no, I definitely made those commercials after I stopped using marijuana. Now you understand why I didn't need it anymore, though. It'd probably be bad news if I was still using. All right. As you can see, I cleared off the rack. So let's get to it. We're going to build another rack here. I have Doom Patrol number 1 going for $2. I have Metal Men number 1 going for $2. I have Deadpool versus Thanos number 3 going for $2. Jessica Jones number 13 is $2. Prophet number 1 is $2. World Tree number 13 is $2. Kaboom number 3 is $2. I have Scorched, which is like basically female spawn. Scorched number 7 and 28. That's going to go for $4. And I have Ultimate X number 2 going for $2. Free mask. Take my money. Wow. I'll mail it out with your next order, Lorena. Thank you for joining the KKK. Copen Kids Club. It's the other KKK. Free mask. Really? I find that smoking weed and not smoking weed means that I just have been writing the same amount as I have before. All right, I have BRPD, the Black Flame number 1 and number 2. That's going to go for $4. Dread Rules number 2. I've been making more commercials since I stopped using marijuana. This is going to go for $2. It's clearly helped my career. Justice Inc. number 2 is $2. Amalgam Comics Assassins number 1 is $2. All-Star Superman number 3, 4, and 5, and 6 are going to go for $8. $8 for these. Wildstorm Halloween Trilogy of Terror number 1 is $2. The Boys number 14. Number 16, number 17, and number 20 are going to go for $8. $8 on these. Yeah, you got to. Well, you know, the KKK went after black people. They didn't touch Jews. They didn't give a shit about us. So, like, you know, I think that's like kind of like free territory right there. You know, like I'm all good. And joking about Hitler, like, how can you not joke? Mel Brooks has joked about Hitler. Did you guys ever see him, as Hitler when Hitler was like a tiny little midget? You know, it was that was how they did it. Like, you know, Charlie Chaplin, he was Jewish. He made fun of Hitler too. You got to make fun of being what you are. Can't laugh at yourself. You have no right to laugh at anyone else, you asshole. Yeah, I agree. Stop being so butthurt all the time. You son of a bitch. You piece of shit. Grow a fucking pair. Hey, you guys want to see me pitch some books here and do it in the most do it in the most like accurate way possible? I have these books here. It's called Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. You know, I'm pronouncing it Shang-Chi. If you're pronouncing it as Shang-Chi, you're wrong, okay? It should be Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, okay? Fucking idiot. I'm going to fucking karate chop you if you don't fucking pronounce it right. It's Shang-fucking-Chi. Master of Kung Fu, okay? It's a politically correct way of saying it. Actually, no, it's not Kung Fu. It's Kung Fu. Kung Fu, okay? Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. Kung Fu, okay? It's a really good book, okay? You go to Roko Chinese restaurant, you get yourself an orange chicken, you come home, and then you read this book, you read this fucking book here, Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, and then you really, really like it, okay? Oh, Riri, you want to know what my deals are on this? Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. Okay, Kung Fu. Hey, say it with me, Kung Fu. 31, 32. Oh, look, he's fighting ninjas here. That's not racist at all. All right. 33. Oh, look, he's fighting a white man with freaking laser beams coming out of his eyes. It's not racist. 34. 37, he's fighting a Asian man with 6 arms. Everybody knows the stipulation that all Asian people work so much they might as well have 6 arms, right? You guys heard that one too? Asian people have a 6 arm and they go into the sea and they eat a fish and they kill a whale and and they practice a kung fu and their favorite book is a Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. And then we got number 42 here, all right? Did I do a good job? Did I sell these fucking books here or what? All right, if you want these Shang-Chi books, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books here going for $12. Actually, these covers look really badass. I really like all this stuff. The Master of Kung Fu is awesome. And it's Shang-Chi, idiot! All right, Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. Kung, think dung. Kung Fu, okay? $12. It's $12, that's it. $12, you get the beef with broccoli and the orange chicken for $24. For $12, you got all these books I hear. All right, $12 and it's all yours. Yeah, that was great. The Chappelle thing was awesome. Oh, really? Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. I didn't know that. It was any minority? Oh, man. Damn it. Why'd they gotta... I thought we were kind of like safe there. I thought we were like kind of hiding. It's a bunch of bullshit. I love that Chappelle skit. That was great. Well, you don't like Shang-Chi, Eddie? No, it was you were right. It was Chappelle's show. But hey, Shang-Chi. We all know you want Shang-Chi. If I scared you from wanting to read these books, I apologize. I'm so sorry. All right. Hey guys, just so you know, I can make those jokes because my kids are half Asian, and I have lots of Asian friends who are totally okay with me making those jokes. And I'm just gonna like pretend like everybody else who would be offended about this because they're Asian will just kind of like, you know, sweep it up under the rug. And I'm also making a comic book series about Korea's greatest hero, who also happens to be Asian. So, you know, Asian stuff is like what it's all about for me. I was promoting an Asian movie earlier, so I could make a fucking joke about an Asian people, okay? I could make a joke about a Shang-Chi, a master of Kung Fu, okay? Say it with me, Kung Fu. I called my buddy up. He just started a new job. I called him up on, we've been calling each other like super early in the morning just to like piss each other off. So I called him up at 7:30 the other day, like just as he got into work, and was like, good morning, this is Brian. You're an asshole. All right, let's get back to actually selling comics here. Transformers Galaxies number 12, cover A is $2. Blade number 5, number 8, and number 9. That's going to go for $6. I have Magneto Ascendant. This is like a collection of stories featuring Magneto. It's going to go for $2. And Sensational Spider-Man 25 is $2.
Razor and She Special number 1 is $2. Barbaric Born in Blood number 3 is $2. Venom Separate. This is actually getting on Netflix TV show pretty soon. Venom Separation Anxiety number 4 is $2. Spider Woman number 1 is $2. Extreme number 1 Hero is $2. The Plunge number 2 is $2. Take the plunge, bro. Get yourself an extreme hero. Quit man stealing, or you'll steal my dreidel. I like mansplaining things to you guys. I think it's important for you to understand the situation. Okay? I like mansplaining things to my friends. Man is spraining. Mansplaining. Doom 2099, number 14. 15. That's going to go for $4 for these Doom 2099s. Spirits of Vengeance, number 10 is $2. Batman White Knight, number 5 is $2. Spider-Man and X Factor, number 1 is $2. Yondu, number 1. Don't miss out on this deal, $2. Amazing Spider-Man 5, 55. This is part of Brand New Day, and 557. It's going to go for $4 for this pair of comics, pair of diddles. And I got Free Comic Book Day Hope number 1 going for $2. Lots of fun stuff here. I'm here, guys. I'm just picking out the next stack of books here. Lots of good stuff here. Oh. Okay. Still got lots of stuff to show off. All right. Yondu. Off to the right now. Lorena, you're carrying this show. I love you. And all you guys are carrying this show. I appreciate you all being here. I love all of you guys. You can all have dreidels when Hanukkah comes. Hanukkah, Hanukkah! All right. I have X-Men number 30. That's going to go for $2. Hulk number 8 is going to go for $2. Batman number 108 and 155. I highly recommend both of these books here, especially at the prices I'm selling them for, $4. Jump on that. It's such good stuff. Hulk number 25 is $2. Tales of the Teen Titans 75, 77. That's going to go for $4. Okay, Hulk 25 off to Lorena. Pen's going bad. Rampaging Hulk number 1 and 2 are going to go for $4.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Alloys. That's pretty good. I like it. Speaking of Iron Man, I have a bunch of Iron Man comics here. I have Iron Man, the first 6 issues of The Hero's Return, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is going to go for $12. That the U.S. coach looks like Russell Crowe. He's like, "Oi! Kick the ball, you testicle!" All right, awesome. Oi! It's Russell Crowe. He's the coach of the USA soccer team. Football team. It's football, you testicle. I got to see this. Does he really look like that? Oh my God, he does look like Russell Crowe. He looks exactly like Russell Crowe. Like, look what he looks like. Here, I'm going to show it to you guys right now. You guys will see it. Lorena's right. Lorena's friend is correct. This is what he looks like. He's like, "Yo, mess with poetry, you testicle." Hey, Chaga, where are you? He totally looks like that guy. Oh my gosh. Know that you're my baby. Know that you're alone. Oh, that's awesome. He does look like freaking Russell Crowe. Oi! All right. The man who inspired booting. $3 FOMO books. We still got plenty left. I'm going to show them here for you guys one more time. Daredevil 165 is 3. X-Force 2 is 3. This is the second appearance of Deadpool. Dazzler 20 is 3. X-Men Annual number 7 is 3. Superman Forever number 1 is 3. Tom Sawyer Marvel Classic Comics is 3. And Batman 500 is 3. Those are the FOMO books. Justice League number 1. New 52 Justice League. We got number 1, number 2, number 3. If you get all 3 of these, it's going to go for $6. Okay, Tom Sawyer. Mean Tom Sawyer, mean drive. The Final Night per Alex. Emerald Knight number 1 is $2. Green Lantern number 33 is $2. Chase number 1,000,000 is $2. Green Arrow number 7 and 8. This is from Kevin Smith's run. It's $4 on those. Guy Gardner number 1. Biggest spec flop of all time. $2 on this. I speculated that book was going to be worth something. It ain't worth shit. But it is worth $2. I'm going to do a show where all the FOMO books are Guy Gardner number 1. Fairest number 14 is $2. New 52 Future's End number 0 is $2. Number 1 is $2. Get them both for $2. Flash number 8 and number 9 and number 10. Does he have it? Yes or no? Is Zach in the house? Does he have these new 52 Flash books? Justice League off to Lorena. Kazar, Lord of the Savage Land, number 1 is $2. Stabby Bunny, Emmett Story, number 1 is $2. Kazar, Lord of the Savage Land, number 2 is $2. And that is everything on the rack. I will do a deal right now on the double rack. If anybody wants to pick it up, I will do the double rack for $30. That's everything from here to here on up. If you want to grab everything off this double rack, it is $30. And if you spend $50 with me, you get free shipping on your order. Give you guys a second to think about that. Get everything for $30. $30 for the double rack. Okie dokie. Flash and Stabby. Off to Zach. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you, man. Okay, we got Kazar, Lord of the Savage Land, number 2, and Violent Messiahs, number 2. $2 on that. All right. I'm going to take these books down. We're going to build another rack here, our final rack of the afternoon. I appreciate you guys being here. And you know, like I was saying yesterday, I was at that memorial and I was kind of thinking about the things that I have to be grateful for. And, you know, I'm obviously grateful for you guys and the fact that I've been able to do what I do in comics now for as long as I have. I really appreciate the fact that I can go to these conventions and you know, build my own career and do everything. And honestly, it just kind of goes to show you that you can really do anything you put your mind to. If you're really focused on something, you can do it. And there's no one who can tell you you can't. The only person who can is you, right? But honestly, I can't imagine living my life doing something I didn't feel passionate about. I mean, it's really hard to do anything meaningful when you're not passionate about it, you know, like working, you know, at a job you hate. I don't see the purpose of doing that. Even, you know, a lot of people don't have a choice and they have to do work that they don't like. But when you have the option to really pursue something that is meaningful, you kind of, it's sort of like a responsibility to do something, you know? How about you guys? What are you grateful for on this Friday afternoon? Are you grateful for these great deals? Hey! All these great deals from Onrie. Save big money with Onrie instead of Menards. You save big money. You save big money when you shop with Onrie. Infinity Gauntlet number 3 is going to go for $2. It's a tie-in to Secret Wars. I have this French X-Men graphic novel book, and it's called La Douleur d'un Fleur. This is going to go for $2. You sexy thing. I believe in miracles. All right. Marvel Premiere featuring Iron Fist. We got a facsimile reprint of the first appearance of Misty Knight with a cover by Arvell Jones. That's going to go for $2. Hawkeye Free Fall number 1 is $2. Berserker number 2, Berserker number 10 is going to go for $4, and you could get the first issue for $3. You could get it all right now for $7. Dollary dues. Dollaries. I believe in miracles. Red Sonja, She-Devil with the Sword, number 2 and number 3. That's going to go for $4. Fantastic Four 274. This is a great issue of FF. This is going to go for $2. Basically, the Thing. This kind of segues into the Thing's miniseries, but it's a really good book, and I highly recommend it. This is going to go for $2. Part of John Byrne's run. I believe in miracles. You sexy thing. Huh. Fantastic Four 299. We got breakdowns by John Buscema and Sal Buscema doing the finished art. Interesting. It's going to go for $2 for $2.99. Bloodshot number 10 is $2. Elektra Assassin number 2 is $2. Prayer Kills the Marvel Universe number 4 is $2. The cover is a little torn. I'll actually do it for 50 cents for anybody who wants it. Captain America and Volstagg number 1 is $2. I have the Max number 1, 2, 3, and 5. I will do all of these for $8. Zeke Deadwood Zombie Lawman. I think this is issue 1. It's going to go for $2. Silver Surfer number 3 is 2. Scalped number 32, 33, and 34. This is a great series. I love Scalped. These 3 scalps are $6. X-Men 17 is $2. Cosmic Odyssey Book 3 is $2. Ghost Rider Marvel Knights number 5 of 6 is $2. Batman and Robin 18 is $2. Semper Fi number 2 is $2. And that's when you can believe in miracles. Miracles. See what you did, Eddie? You got a song stuck in my fucking head. I believe in miracles. Miracles. You sexy thing. I believe in miracles. Adam Rebirth number 1, $2. Wolverine number 10, number 11, number 12, and number 13, and number 14, and number 15 are are going to go for, this is from the latest series, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $12 on these Wolverine books here. They did some interesting stuff here with Wolverine. They brought back his mom. They bring back his mom here, and I think they do it in a very interesting way. This was actually one of the more interesting parts of this current run. Wow, USA scored a goal. That's awesome. They're not going to fucking win though. If they win, that would be a miracle. That's awesome. 2-0 USA. That's awesome. They probably took this game at this point. How much time is left? I have no idea because I'm not watching. Firestar number 2 is $2. Absolute Flash number 4. Highly recommend this. This is such a good series. Get this for $2 right now. Wolverines are off. 2, 4, 6. Oh, Lorena, I love you. Wow, they're going to halftime. So who are they playing right now? Don't tell me, I'll find out. Oh, Australia. Australia! Wow. Australia is probably like feeling so upset because Russell Crowe, like their own native, is like helping out the USA. Like, Croakey, what's he doing here? We need to get the Prime Minister involved. Oi, Mr. Prime Minister! I got something to report to you. Silver Surfer in Thy Name, number 2 of 4, and number 3 of 4. This is going to go for $4. I saw Santa number 2 going for $2. Fantastic Four crossover with Gargoyles, $2 on the issue 1 on that. That's pretty cool. That's written by the dude who created Gargoyles. Annihilation 2099. Number 3 is $2. Dark Crisis Young Justice number 3 is $2. Wolverine number 15 is $2. Barbaric versus Death Striker. It's a one shot, and it's going to go for $2. Oh, you lost? You want some forces? You get back on the right team. Oi! Those Yanks are kicking our buttholes. That's so funny. Crikey. Holy me testicles. Future State Shazam number 2 is $2. The Vision number 12, this is the last issue of The Vision, that's $2. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 5 is $2. Let This One Be a Devil by James Tynion is $2. Number 2 is $2. So you get them both for $4. Ultimates number 10 is $2. Adventures of Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 4 of 4 is $2. Guardians of the Galaxy number 15, we got a Rob Liefeld variant, Deadpool on the cover, and Silver Surfer. Vigilante number 17 is $2. Marvel Team Up 57, Spider-Man teaming up with Black Widow is $2. I got Deathlock the Demolisher number 32 going for $2. Guardians of the Galaxy 28 is $2. Spider-Man Perceptions number 2 of 5. Number 10, which is 3 of 5, and number 11, which is 4 of 5. Them all for $6. And you could be like, I believe in miracles. Virgos. You sexy thing. I am curious about the Deathlock the Demolisher. The Astonishing Tales. Rich Buckler, Bill Mantlo. Had some interesting creators on this. All right. Got some Ghost Riders here. Lots of Ghost Rider. I have Ghost Rider number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, and number 14. I got Mark Texeria and Daniel Way on these. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, $14. And we got a World War Hulk tie-in. 14 on that. Avengers number 22. We got Ultron on the cover here. George Perez, Kurt Busiek. You want some George Perez books for super cheap. 22 and 23. The Avengers. $4. Civil War number 4 is $2. Superman 31 is $2. You could be like, I believe in miracles. You know who doesn't believe in miracles right now is Australia because they're getting their fucking asses beat. Wonder Girl number 1, $2 on this. You know, I have so many Blade books now. I should really start building. One of the things Roberto wanted to do was come over to my house and go through my entire collection of books. But look what I have here, guys. Just for those of you who might be interested. We got a Blade series here that went on for 10 issues. And I have issues 4, 5, don't have 6, but I have 7, 8, and 9. It's 10 issues total, and then it leads into Blood Hunt. But we got 3, 5 of your 10 issues here. This is half your run here, going for just $10 right now. I should really try and put the whole thing together, and then I can solve the whole run. That would be interesting. I also have Batman and the Outsiders, number 11, going for $2. All New Exiles, number 1 is $2. I really need to sit down and skim through the entire collection. This is pretty cool. Should start putting together a full run of that. We got a full rack here. We got a full rack. I'm going to go over the bottom row one more time. And I'm also going to put our FOMO books back up. Our remaining FOMO books back up. And then it is almost time to end our show here, guys. I want to thank you guys for showing up today. I really appreciate it. You guys are all fantastic. We're going to definitely do some shopping over the weekend. I'll take care of invoicing so we can get caught up on that. And we'll start next week on a fresh foot. I'll probably do a Tuesday night show to kick off things, and if we have a successful Tuesday night, I'll do another show during the week. Do 2 shows this next week. All right, Spider-Man 2099, number 1, signed by Peter David, no COA, 25 on this. ROM Annual 2 is 3. Fantastic Four 223 is 3. Detective Comics 625 is 3. Superman 422 is 3. Defenders 21 is 3. Daredevil 182 is 10. Classic X-Men number 1 is 3. Moon Knight 35 is 3. Superman The Death of Clark Kent number 18 is 3. Saga of the Swamp Thing number 15 is 3. Bruce Lee number 1 is 3. X-Men King Size Annual number 6 is 3. Berserker number 1. Foil Mark Brooks variant is 3. And for the bottom row, we'll put all our FOMO books up there. We have Daredevil 165 going for 3. I'm going to readjust the price on this, by the way, next time you see it. X-Force number 2 is 3. Dazzler 20 is 3. Uncanny X-Men Annual number 7 is 3. Superman Forever is 3. Got that lenticular Alex Ross. Batman 500 is 3. Those are the 6 FOMO books we have left. Okay, and then I got Robin 3000, book 1 and book 2. This is a 2-parter that we're going to do for $5 right now. And then I got Legends of the Dark Knight Engines, which is also a 2-parter. It's issues 74 and 75. That's going to go for $5 as well. And then I have Venom the Madness, number 1 and through 3 by Kelly Jones and Anna Senti. That's going to go for $15. It's a 3-issue run. These are all the books that we got today. So if you're interested in claiming anything, this is your last shot, your last chance. Books will be repriced the next time you see them. On the bottom row. And you guys definitely gave me some room to play, so I will definitely pick up some stuff between now and when I see you next. Give you guys a minute here, make any claims. In a minute here, we're going to do wheel spin, and then we're closing out the show. If you guys want, you can also reach out to me after hours, and I will let you know if you want to make any claims. Feel free to reach out. Another thing I want to point out, if you guys, okay, the Captain America and the Superman next to Civil War. There's a Captain America? Okay. Are you talking about these 2 books, Lorena? These 2 books, right? I'm assuming those are the 2. If you guys want to reach out to me after hours regarding anything, feel free to do so. As long as I still have the books, you can claim them and I can add them to your pile. I will send out invoices on on Monday. I will ship out on Tuesday. And when we get back here by the next show, as long as you're paid up with your invoice, I will have tracking info for your order, and you'll be good to go. Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, it is time to spin the wheel, and Lorena definitely got a spin on the wheel today, so let's do this. Bup, 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 bup.
It's time to spin the wheel of Skee-Ball.
All right, Lorena, I'm spinning the wheel for you real quick. Lorena gets a free Marvel book. She is gonna get Guardians of the Galaxy number 15, because I know you love Guardians of the Galaxy, and you got a Liefeld variant there. That is all you, my friend. All right, guys, I will see you next week. If you are tuning into my newsletter, that'll tell you my full schedule. I will also be, posting up those broadcast links once I know what my schedule is going to be for next week. But I'm going to aim for a Tuesday show and maybe, a Tuesday night show and a Friday afternoon show, something like that. We'll see. We'll make it work. But either way, thank you for being here this afternoon. We had a great time. And I will see you guys next week. Go USA. Take care, guys. Oh, how do you get on my newsletter? That's a really great question. So the best way to do that is Eddie. Are you not on the newsletter yet? Best thing to do would be to. I don't even know how to get you on my newsletter. The fuck? How the fuck can I not know how to do that? Just go to the OK Comics website and message us, and then that way I'll respond. So yeah. All right. Take care. That was a vague answer to a good question. I'm gonna figure that out, and I'll get an answer for you. All right. Take care, guys.